Hello everybody, and welcome to the online learning video for week one. Today I'm going to walk you through a little bit about what to expect for this short week of the course. So when you go ahead and click on the topic tabs for English 12, you're going to go ahead and find a couple of topics. We've already seen the video for the online course overview, and now we're going to take a look at the online learning week one video. So when you see it, go ahead and take a click. And this is going to bring you to an overview of the week. Each week you'll have a couple of standard things. You'll have the date, and then you'll have all of the learning days that are outlined. We only have 2 this week. And then you'll also have access to links to office hours and to Google Hangouts for your course. Our objectives will be outlined also on the left-hand side. But let's go ahead and take a look back to what we're covering this week. So for day one, we're going to go ahead and take a click, and this is going to bring us up to our daily lesson plan template. And they're all pretty much going to look the same as this. And the reason is trying to give you a consolidated place to be able to access the resources you need to be able to move forward for this course. So to start off for your very first activity in week one and day one, we're going to start a little bit slow to kind of get you oriented to the system. So for your warm-up, what we're going to ask you to do is to watch the online course overview video in the topic section if you haven't already done so. And that should be available and listed up for you now. After you've gone through and completed that video, we're going to then ask you to go through and watch this video itself. So maybe you watched this a little bit out of order, maybe you didn't, but you're going to go ahead and take a look at this. From there, what you're going to then go through is I'm going to ask you to complete the online distance education survey. So you can either control click or click and open it up to bring you to then the online distance survey available. And it's pretty straightforward. It's going to ask you to go ahead and answer about 5 short questions. And the purpose of this is for me to help get more information to best support you. So you'll be asked to write down your name. You'll be asked to write down your class periods. And then there's a few questions outlined there regarding your competency with online tools, your feelings about transitioning distance education, how you engage with time management skills, when do you then believe you're going to be working on classwork for this course, and then finally anything you'd like to add for me there. So it's pretty straightforward. Once you fill that all out, you're going to go ahead and submit button, and that'll send that to me. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the template. And so once you've done those things, you are now done with your classwork for today for this course. Again, it's pretty short for day one of this week, and then you can scroll on down to your homework. What you'll be asked to do in the homework section is to then go through and essentially get access to Flipgrid and begin that process. The first thing you're going to do is go ahead and click on one of the links for your appropriate class period. And once you do that, it's going to open you up to a Flipgrid for your specific class. There'll be an introduction post available for you there, and then we'll ask you to go through the process following the directions outlined there. Let's go ahead and take a look back then with our other course for day 2. For day 2 this week, we got a little bit more, but we're going to transition into our podcast lessons. We're going to go through and choose our topic. For your warm-up activity, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and make a, go ahead and listen to our NPR's student podcasts. So we have about 8 available. We're going to listen to the first one, which is Tater Tots and Their Lasting Impact on Society. So you can go ahead and click this link to bring you to that page. And from there, then, I'm going to ask you to consider a couple of reflection questions associated with it. The first is then, what is the main topic of this podcast, the Tater Tots and Their Lasting Impact on Society? And then what are those subtopics? This is a place for you to go through and kind of review some of that information. And then once you've gone ahead and gone and written down those ideas, then I'll give you a link to be able to go and verify that you cover that. This is kind of a metacognitive or self-awareness activity, so you want to see if you are able to kind of identify some of those things and then match it up to the answers. You'll continue on your classwork for that day, and what I'm going to ask you to do is pick 3 of the prompts that you think you'd be interested in making a podcast about. Once you've gone through and chosen those 3 prompts, then you're going to take notes on what ideas that you would have. The 5 prompts are listed out here. Again, you only need to choose 3, and you're going to then write down notes about what make good topics related to each of these podcasts of those 3. From there then, once you have your notes, so go ahead and then jump back on to your Flipgrid for your course, and then there'll be a podcast choosing your topic grid available for you there. And what you'll need to do is give about 1 to 2 minutes of your recorded audio dialogue regarding your ideas for each of these questions. So you may want to take some time to explain what your ideas, what you think it might be entail, and where that story would go in that process. From there, then, that'll finish your classwork for that day, and then your homework over the course of the weekend will be then due by the next class day that we meet. And so that will be then eventually the following week. And so you'll be asked to watch several of the Flipgrids that your classmates has put up and consider what you might be interested in working on a project. From there, then, you're going to finally go through and determine what group you're going to be working with for your podcast project. So the first thing you're going to want to do is determine whether you want to work individually, whether we want to work part as a group. You're more than welcome to work as part of as a group, but that's only going to consist of a partner of 1 to 2 others. And then from there, you're going to want to make sure you identify as a group what topic you're interested in. So I would avoid general topics like sports or movies, and you want to narrow that down to specific topics like the Astros cheating scandal in baseball or Parasite making Oscar history as winning kind of then several Oscars in the film. So the more narrow it is, the better that you are. And you're going to then go through and consider then what obstacles you may face. So then what are the obstacles in creating this podcast? What are the subtopics that are a part of it? And then you have enough time to research that. And then you're going to have one member of the group go ahead and submit then the Choose Your Topic Google form. You'll click on that and follow through all listed out there. Well, thank you so much. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I will see you online.